Round Table Pizza is a chain and franchise of pizza parlors that opened in 1959. Thank you for your suggestion.
Okay, it's my turn here. Hey, Tina, watch this.
I never really fit in,
Sorry, everyone.
Hey, Tina, looking pretty rad.
but I had big dreams. Now, my job is bringing families together over a round table pizza, like the Primo Supremo, the perfect pepperoni pizza with a twisted pepperoni crust. I am Pizza Night. Hey, Tina, napkins, table 6.
The Primo Supremo from Round Table.
Long live Pizza Night!
In 1959, businessman William Larson borrowed $2,500 to open his first pizza parlor in Menlo Park, California on December 21, 1959. It was located at 1235 El Camino Real, and he called his new restaurant Round Table Pizza. Most people would assume that Mr. Larson named his restaurant after King Arthur, especially since the theme of the restaurant is medieval, but the real idea behind the name is after the redwood tables he and his father constructed. The name actually references the furniture Larson's grandfather built for the restaurant when it opened in the late 1950s. Consisting of square tables and a single round redwood table, the humble furnishings were meant to encourage a communal approach to dining out. This factored into Larson's vision for a restaurant as a meeting place, and early banners encouraged diners to share the pizza with friends and family. The King Arthur theme didn't come until around 1961, when one of Larson's pals sketched a cartoon showing the Knights of the Round Table chowing down on pizza. From there, the restaurant adopted medieval imagery across the chain's marketing materials, from the menu to the logo's coat of arms design. The original location at Menlo Park would eventually be moved to 1225 El Camino Real a few years later. By 1962, Larson was in a position to begin selling franchises. From the early stages, Larson had determined to build a better pizza. He had developed strict standards for franchisees to follow. Among the facets that made Round Table unique was the fact that all of its ingredients were fresh, including the dough, made daily from scratch, freshly grated cheeses, and fresh sauces. The chain grew rapidly on the West Coast, an area where consumers were inclined to look for and accept extraordinary culinary ideas. In 1979, 17 years after Larson began franchising, Round Table had expanded to include more than 150 restaurants. It was in 1979 that an investment group purchased Larson's company, and 4 years later, the new owners launched the Last Honest Pizza campaign, which focused on the quality, ingredients, and pizza-making methods used at Round Table. While Larson had sold a portion of Round Table stock to a group of investors in 1979, the investors formed an employee stock ownership plan in 1985. Mr. Larson had sold about 75% of the private franchise corporation to partners in 1978. By 1992, Round Table Pizza was wholly employee-owned. Compared to chains like Little Caesars, Pizza Hut, or Domino's, a pie from Round Table is definitely more expensive. Part of the higher price point, however, can be traced to the higher quality ingredients that go into each pie. Toppings are delivered fresh and prepared each day by employees, whether it be chopping produce or grating the cheese. By the late 1990s, Round Table had franchise locations in 7 western states, besides its home base of California. There was Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Nevada, Utah, Alaska, and Hawaii. It also had facilities in 6 nations in the Middle East and in East Asia, with well over 500 locations and then more than $300 million in annual sales. Round Table Pizza also gave back to the community. In 1998, Round Table franchises supported some 1,000 youth sports teams, either by purchasing uniforms, assisting in fundraising, or helping in some other way. Estimated giving to the community needs by Round Table restaurant owners reached $2 million in 1998, with the efforts including company-wide sponsorship of a summer reading program that involved some 100,000 students in the San Francisco Bay Area. Many of the larger pizza lines had begun to take an interest in gourmet-style pizza, at least as early as the mid-1990s. From around 2003 until 2005, Round Table Pizza's official mascots were two puppets, Matt and Marcus, that appeared in the company's television commercials. In 2007, Round Table Pizza's mascot became the Pizza Knight, defender of the family night. Since that time, other spokesmen have been featured, including actor Billy Gardell. Following a $65 million loan taken out from Prudential Insurance and General Electric Capital, Round Table filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in early 2011. The funds, which were to be used for international expansion, came during one of the worst economic declines in modern history and resulted in the brand forfeiting millions in debts and assets, a low blow to an already plummeting profits they experienced at the time. The company renegotiated the debt. The pizza chain went through legal proceedings in Oakland and reached an agreement later that year outlining a 4-year repayment plan. As a result, Round Table evaded a disaster. None of the chain's franchisors would be affected by the decision, an outcome that stunned legal experts at the time. By 2016, Round Table Pizza had more than 450 franchised and company-owned locations, which were located in Alaska, Arizona, California, Hawaii, Nevada, Oregon, and Washington. In 2016, that same year, a sports bar concept called the Clubhouse was launched to provide an all-ages hangout mecca. A twist on the fun zones of yore, the Pizza Pub Play offshoot featured elevated menus with a specialty burger and craft beer, televised sports, and a sprawling arcade space. All of this in addition to the classic pizza menu. And speaking of arcades, yours truly willingly gave Round Table Pizza plenty of his quarters to play those iconic arcade games in the 80s and 90s. In 2019, Round Table Pizza rebranded on its 60th anniversary, including a new logo and a new motto, Pizza Royalty. They crafted a new sleek look befitting of its regal roots under the banner of Pizza Royalty. For the campaign launch, they modernized employee uniforms, menus, and the interior and exteriors of pizza shops across the country. Most striking was the rebranded logo, whose design honored the King Arthur theme with an outline of a knight's helmet. Honestly, if you were to ask me, I think they were inspired by the hockey team the Los Angeles Kings of the late 1980s and 1990s. Same colors and similar looks too? I could be wrong. On June 28, 2021, Global Franchise Group announced that it would be acquired by Fat Brands, owners of Fat Burger and Johnny Rockets. The acquisition was completed on July 22, 2021. The original Menlo Park location still stands today, referred to as Round Table Pizza No. 1. The castle-like fixture on 1225 El Camino Real continues slinging pies and salads to this day. Should you walk through its hollowed doors, you'll find the dining room adorned with mementos of the chain's founder, as well as old menus and furnishings from around the time of the official opening. The main attraction may be the infamous redwood round table that spawned the name. So what are your favorite memories of this place? Leave a comment or a suggestion for a future video below. Thanks for watching.